One of the best ways for an agent to market themselves is to farm an area or building. And I'm going to explain to you just how to do this so you can be the go-to realtor and get a lot more business from any area that you want to focus on. Farming an area, fortunately, it's not as easy as a lot of people think. A lot of people just think you send some postcards out and boom, business just comes flying to your door. Fortunately, it's not the case. That's what a lot of agents think, and that's what a lot of agents do, but they don't really realize to farm an area, there's a lot more that goes into it to really be successful with it. And that's what I really want to dive into today, right? Because the goal here, ultimately, is you want to be that agent that every single person in that area thinks about anytime they hear real estate. It's the same thing when you market to your database. You want everyone to think about you. When real estate is a topic, well, when you're farming an area, exact same thing, right? So the first thing is you got to know where you're going to farm. You got to do your research on the areas, or maybe it's a high-rise building you want to focus on. One of the biggest things is when you're looking at this is you want to be in an area that isn't already being farmed by a lot of agents. Lack of competition, that's the opportunity. So do what you can to research to find out if there is any other realtors marketing there, and if not, next step would be is look at the demographics. Do some research on the people there, price points, type of property. You've got to be really familiar with the product you're going to be selling, so you've got to do your research on it. And also, don't pick too big of an area. We see this often with agents is that they want to farm this massive area, and the reality of it is like it's going to be hard to do that and really be well known without making a massive, massive commitment to it. So we suggest kind of pick a smaller area, something that's a little bit more practical. The next thing is you need to be seen in this area. You really need to have a presence there. This might mean going to work at the restaurants or the coffee shops, walking around the area, trying to meet the neighbors. You know, you really want to be seen often so that people start to recognize you, start to see your face. Ideally, get them to know you on a first name basis. Strike up conversations with them. Talk often, right? The more you're seen there, the more they see your face. They're going to recognize the marketing that you're going to do later on that we'll talk about. They're going to see that and go, oh yes, I remember them. Like we met at the park. We were both walking our dogs or something. And during those conversations, you could also talk about real estate. You could bring that up as well and start planting the seed. So make sure you are spending a lot of time in either the area or the building you're going to be marketing to. The next thing is you got to market to it, right? You got a presence there. You're starting to get your name out just by meeting people. Now you got to send these people information on a regular basis. And one of the best ways to do that is mailers. Send flyers out there. Send something to them that is going to be of value to them. Hey, here's the marketing statistics or the statistics of what's going on in the area around you, right? If you have a listing there, which is the ultimate goal, is to get that first one, is you could blanket the area with a just listed. Do you have anyone that wants to live in the neighborhood you might recommend? You know, doing something along those lines, and then when you sell it, or even when you put it under contract, you can send out another postcard to the area. That's how you got to keep doing it. Remember, it's repetition. It's constantly getting your name out there. Postcards, or if you want to send out something, a mailer, or whatever you want to do, handwritten cards. It doesn't really matter as long as it's providing value and you're really, really consistent with it. Right? The next step would be is that trying to get as many emails as possible. This is a little bit tricky, right? A lot of times if you're going out there and you're meeting people, you could ask them of that, but it's not just so easy to go get a bunch of people's emails. So you got to be a little bit strategic with it. This might involve door knocking, where you go introduce yourself, and then you could ask them there if you can get their email, so you can send them some good information later on. You know, promise not to spam them, of course, but the more emails you can get, the more marketing you could do. You could put together a newsletter, send it out once a month. You could, again, do just listed, just sold emails to the entire neighborhood or building. It's more ways to market yourself, to get your name, your brand out so people recognize you, remember you, and will want to use you in the future. Also, another thing you could do is that if you have phone numbers, you can call, you could check in with people, you could text people. I mean, there's a million things that you can do just to consistently get your name out there. But the key word there is consistent. The more you do it, the better chances you're going to have of being that go-to realtor. And the last thing is you got to be patient. Farming an area and doing it properly is a long-term play. Don't expect success overnight. Be in it for the long haul. Have a plan. Get the name out there. And over time, it will happen for you. You know, most agents, they don't have the patience and they just give up on it once they don't see a result right away. Remember, your goal really, honestly, is to get that first listing because now you can show the people once you sell it that you're doing business in the area. So focus on that. Focus on being patient and making it a long-term play, and you will see success from it. Well, we want to thank you again for checking out our video. We really hope you like our content. We hope you like this video. If you did, we encourage you to please subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell. Get that notification of any new videos we have. We put out a video every single Monday at 9 a.m. Central Time. All of it is just geared towards helping realtors out because that's what we love to do. So again, thank you for watching our video. Thank you for stopping by. Looking forward to talking to you again in our next blog.